So guys, whoa. Okay guys, so basically, today I'm gonna be doing basically a full tutorial on how to make a skinned mesh. And if you don't know what a skinned mesh is, so also I'm wearing the same thing as the last tutorial. And but anyways, so what I'm gonna be doing is, yeah, we're gonna be learning about how to make a skinned mesh, how to how to model and rig a skinned mesh. And so if y'all don't know what a skinned mesh is, it's skinned mesh. It is like a rig, and if you watched the last tutorial on how to rig something, it was like there were like different separate parts for each limb of the rig, like each limb of the rig. So if I take a R15 rig right here, and then I do this, I go into the model. There's different parts for each, for each limb. So there's a left upper arm, a left lower arm. There's a right upper arm piece, a lower left arm piece, and there's a bunch of different pieces. There's a torso piece for the torso, obviously. And then, yeah, it's all a bunch of different parts that you can select and move around in the animate tab. And yeah, it's a bunch of different parts. But with skinned meshes, today I'm doing a pig. If y'all saw the end of last video, y'all saw me playing with this rig a little bit. So, you see all these bones, you see all these purple bones? Well, yeah, these are the joints that move around each part of the mesh. So this is one mesh. So you see, this is one pig mesh. This whole mesh is one mesh. And you see, if I try to select anything else, I'm holding down Alt and then trying to select something, like a part inside of it. There's no parts inside of it. It's just one part as a whole. But someone went into Blender, and they modeled, or I guess they got a pig model, and they rigged it. Which is what I'm going to be showing y'all how to do, is how to rig meshes. So it's one mesh. It's one mesh with a bunch of different joints to move it around. So I'm not really the best at making skinned meshes either, but I can still make a skinned mesh and it'll still work. I'm not really too advanced on it, but I know the basics, and I'm just teaching all the basics. So you see, I'm just moving the head around. I can take this leg joint, move the leg around, move the foot of the pig, whatever. I can take this guy from TF2. I can take all the bones, and yeah, it's moving it, and it's one mesh. Well, sometimes there could be two meshes, but that's for more advanced stuff. Right, today I'm just going to be showing you how to make one mesh and how to turn that mesh into a full. Oh, okay, I fixed it. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna be teaching y'all how to model a rig or something, and how to model a human, just a puppet or something in Blender, a block puppet or whatever. And then I'm gonna be rigging it with something you call armature. So this is called an armature. Oh wait, I can't see it. This thing is called an armature, and they're used to basically rig things. I'm gonna put my camera out on the corner so y'all can see everything. But yeah. So first, let's just get right into it. We're gonna add a cube. We're going to scale this. We're going to scale on the y-axis, scale on the z-axis, scale it on the x-axis, whatever. And we're gonna go down, and then I'm gonna go into edit mode, and then so you can do whatever you want, but I'm just kind of copy what I'm doing here. If I actually have some decent experience with Blender, it'll probably be easier for you to make a more detailed rig or something. But anyways, let's just do this. And then I'm going to extrude and scale, extrude and scale, extrude and scale, until it becomes sort of like a sphere, like a circle. And then, okay, that's a little weird, that's a wonky shape. Yeah, okay, there we go. And then now, I probably don't need to make it this complicated, but I'm going to do this. And then I'm just going to make it do a T-pose, because that's sort of the ideal pose you want your rig to be in. Because it's easier for, I guess, Blender to, like, detect, for the armatures to detect, like, which part of the mesh is which. But anyways, we got in a T-pose. Now let me grab the bottom of this. And then I'm going to scale that. I'll select these. I'm going to scale this up, grab it up, and then scale it down, whatever. And then I gotta make some legs. So I'm going to do basically the same thing I did with the arms. But yeah, I'm just going to do it on the bottom of here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm going to bring this down. We got one leg. And then now I gotta make the second leg, bring that up, scale that down. Then grab that one out. Grab these, extrude this out, and then I'm just going to do this like so. But then, yeah, there we go. So we got our mesh, basically, for our rig. Now we just have to add an armature to it. Actually, before I add an armature, I'm going to add a solidifier. Just because sometimes you want to add a solidifier to basically every mesh that you model in Blender. Like if you're importing it into Roblox Studio, you're going to want to add a solidifier to it in Blender, because if you don't add a solidifier and then you just import it into Roblox Studio, the mesh could be glitchy, it could be glitching up, and whatever. So you want to make sure that it has a solidifier. You want to add a solidifier to it so it doesn't glitch out. And then, so yeah. I'm going to grab these vertices. I'm going to bring those in. I'm going to grab these. And then I'm going to bring those in, and whatever. And then now let's add an armature. So, actually, hold on. I think I actually saw something on some kind of YouTube short about how you can add an armature, and then you could, like, turn it into, like, automatically make it into, like, a human, like, rig. I don't know, but for now we're just going to do this. We're just gonna... So I'm gonna make this wireframe so that you can see the armature. But basically, let's just move this down, and then what you can do is you can give this a spine, and then you can put as many joints for the spine as you want. So you just extrude it, press E, and then press Z for the Z axis to move it up. And then I can move this up for the neck. And then move that all the way out for the head. And I can grab the center of here. Put that for like the collarbone or something maybe. And then connect that to the arm. The second part of the arm. The lower arm, I guess you could call it. And then the hand, basically. And now let's just do the other way, but on this arm. So I move this out, move it out some more. I'm gonna make it a little smaller, but yeah, I move it out some more. And then there's the hand. And yeah, so you got that we got this, we got the arms, we got the head and spine, and then now we just, okay, we take this and then we gotta extrude this for the legs. So we got, make one extrusion for that. Wait, actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go on the X thing and view it. And then we're just gonna grab these out and then connect these down. What in the world? What have I done? Okay, I don't know what I just did. But yeah, and then move this down, and then move this down for the foot. And then for the other leg, you do this, do the same thing, but the other leg. And then yeah, we got that right there. And you basically just finished it now. I mean, you can add more stuff to it, like if you want to make your head, I guess, more bendable, maybe. You can do, you can make smaller, like, joints, smaller extrusions for this, for the head, and then, like, maybe make it like that. But, well, okay, but I'm done now, so that's basically it for me. But you can add on more if you want to, and if you have the knowledge. But anyways, so you're gonna go back into solid mode, and then you want to make, this is an important part because you want to do a specific step. So for this, so you see, if I take the armature and I go into pose mode and I rotate it, I rotate the armature, it's not gonna move the mesh. It's not gonna move the mesh. So basically, what you do is you press the mesh, you press the armature, so you press Ctrl P, and you press with automatic weights. So you do that, and then basically your mesh is rigged. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to have, now it's bending the upper arm how it's supposed to, like this, whatever, but it's not actually becoming a joint. It's not being a joint. So hold on, wait. What if I edit this and then I just subdivided it? I wonder if that would work. Would that work? Yes, okay. There you go, guys. So I have just cracked the code on this. So something else you can do, a really good thing you should do, is subdividing your mesh so it's like, so that joints actually joint and they actually behave like joints. So now mine is acting a little weird, but like this is still really good. It's like, look at this, it's freaking bending. It's awesome. So yeah, at first the joints weren't actually doing what joints are supposed to do, but I actually figured it out now. It's really easy. You just go into edit mode, you edit your mesh, and then you press subdivide, and there you go. And then it's fixed pretty much. Now I think there are like more efficient ways to rig your mesh, but this is just how you do it for Roblox Studio, is you just add an armature. But anyways, it's simple like that basically. But anyways, I'm gonna export this as an FBX rig 1 test, and then I'm gonna export it, and then import it in Roblox. So where is the rig 1 test? Oh wait, okay, no, it did reset the pose. Okay, that's good. So now here we go. It's a rig, and I'm gonna prove it. I can go into edit, and I can go to the animation thing, press on this, and look at that. You got the bones. And so I'm gonna test this out. There you go. It's bending. It's bending. It's doing things. So this is really good, guys. This is a good sign. That's how you make a. That's how you make a rig. Skin mesh rig, at least. And I mean, these are really good for like Like, one example I could give is like Arsenal. They have like a slingshot in that game. And if you want to make like something like made out of rubber or just something stretchy, it's really good to use Blender to make like it's really good to make a skinned mesh for that. So like a slingshot. So I wonder if there's like a slingshot rig, maybe. No, there is no slingshot rig, but yeah, slingshot. Like if you could like probably definitely actually import this mesh into Blender and then just give it a rig this little rubber band part of it, and then be able to pull it back, and then like make an animation of it pulling back or something. Yeah, see, like something like this, just pulling it back, but it'll be an actual skinned mesh. And I mean, yeah, that's how it's really simple as that. That's really all that you do to make a skinned mesh. So we're gonna go over this. I'm gonna summarize this. You go into Blender, you model like a human rig, or you model a rig. You press on your rig, you add an armature, and then you extrude the armature according to wherever you want it to go on your mesh. And then once you're done making your armature or your rig, you press on your mesh, and then you press on your rig, your armature, and then you press Ctrl P, and then you press on anchor with automatic weights, and there you go. And if it's not if your mesh isn't really, if the armature isn't really bending it how you want it to, one good solution would be to go into press on your mesh, go into edit, and then subdivide it as many times until it actually bends really well. So at first this mesh, it was bending like really weird, like, but since I just pressed on the mesh, and then I went into edit mode, then I pressed subdivide, and that's just all I did, and then it worked better, a lot better. And now there's I'm sure there's better ways to rig, more efficient ways to rig a mesh to make a rig, but specifically for Roblox, this is just what you would normally do for making a rig in Roblox, or like a skin mesh rig. And then you see, look, it's one mesh. It's literally just one mesh, and then it's a rig. I mean, this is so cool, guys. It's really cool what you can create on Roblox Studio. It's really cool, like how you can just make a skinned mesh, and it just bends like a freaking, I don't know, Disney character. I don't know. I don't want to. Disney's weird, but yeah, I'm just saying. Like, it just freaking bends and whatever. Look at this. Unlike a freaking R15 block rig, where it's like each individual part moving, it's just one part with a bunch of different bones to make it move. And there you go. We did it. I mean, this is really all I do. So, I do recommend watching the first tutorial on how to rig things before trying to comprehend this. And if you did comprehend this really well, then that's good for you. But like, if you didn't really comprehend this well, I recommend going back to my last tutorial on. Hold on, let me get it up. I know it's 40 minutes. It's really long, but complete basics on rigging rigs in Roblox Studio. This is what it's called. And it's basically just, here it is. That's the thumbnail. It's basically just, yeah, me teaching how to model and rig things in Roblox Studio. Like how, so first I teach on like modeling, I don't really get too into detail on modeling, but I sort of teach the controls and stuff in Blender. I'm also going to be giving some tips on the controls on Blender in this video too, but once I edit this video. But yeah, in that video, in the rigging video in Roblox Studio, I kind of taught how to rig something, how to model something in Blender, and then put it into Roblox Studio, and then rig it. Now, I think I'm gonna make a whole separate tutorial on like how to rig and like maybe like the basics of Blender. And I'm actually recommend watching that future tutorial before watching before watching the rigging tutorial or this tutorial that you're watching right now. Before actually trying to learn from these, I recommend trying to learn how to actually get good at modeling in Blender. But if you're not very ambitious about modeling and you just want to learn how to make rigs in general, then yeah, that's fine. You can still follow this tutorial. That's good. But if you want to like make really good rigs, then I recommend like looking up one of my tutorials on maybe how to like rig something. How to model something in Blender. Jeez, I'm completely out of it. It's like almost 11. I cannot talk very well right now. It's freaking 11. Almost 11. It's like 10:40 right now. It's getting late, so I'm not in my best shape to talk. I'm not in the best state to talk right now. My ability to talk is kind of gone for a little bit, temporarily. But yeah, this is just how, basically just like a simple tutorial on how to model things and how to model a rig in Blender. And actually, yeah, just making a rig in Blender in general. And then putting it into Roblox Studio. And you can't, like rigging things, what I just did in this tutorial, this was not just a Roblox thing. You can do the same thing I did and use that for like actual Blender animations or whatever else you want to do with it. In fact, I think you might even be able to use it in Unreal Engine. I have Unreal Engine, but I don't really use it at all. I just use Roblox Studio because this is just me starting out on my journey of game development, because that's kind of what I've been wanting. That's what I want to do, kind of. That's basically what I want to grow up to do. And I just want to make some games. Some cool games. But for now, I'm just making Roblox games and teaching how to make Roblox rigs, how to model things in Roblox. I might even make some scripting tutorials, but I'm not really too advanced on scripting myself. So you can't really trust me all that much on scripting right now. I want to learn scripting some more so that I can then teach it out to you guys. But anyways, I will see y'all in my next tutorial. Also, I mentioned you'll watch the tutorial of me teaching how to model things in Blender. I don't have a tutorial of that right now, like at the moment. But if you're watching this right now, because right now my videos aren't getting really any views. But you watching this right now, I definitely do have the modeling tutorial on how to model things in Blender out. But if there's anyone watching this before my channel blows up, maybe, then I don't have it out yet. But anyways, I will see y'all in the next one. And yeah, see you on the next tutorial, which will probably definitely be the modeling things in Blender. But yeah, that's just a simple tutorial on how to model and rig things in Blender and put them in a Roblox Studio. And you can use them in Blender too, just in Blender too. So here's my rig. I can animate this in Blender if I wanted to. I can make a whole movie out of this rig, or I could put it into Roblox Studio. But anyways, I'll see you on the next one. And have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. Have a good day. You could be on Mars. It could be nighttime forever. So it could be nighttime for you all the time. I don't know if you're watching this on Mars. Just comment if you've seen any extraterrestrials or anything on there. I'm curious. I'm wondering if you've maybe seen Elon Musk's ancestors on there. But yeah, anyways, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.